trying to get more and more in the middle of every transaction to gain pennies at the expense of the contract provider and the customer.
Yeah, right. And just like that Epic, for example, right? Do they do the jobbing, or are they literally just a kind of almost like a marketing entity that's taking a bit of a skim?
Yes, they're securing supply. That's their primary job.
Right.
Is securing supply for the FBO. But yes, the majority of it is as a marketing tool. And here's what so when an FBO signs an agreement with a fuel supplier, the FBO is asking usually for some cash up front. The FBOs are stupid. It's a terrible habit that the FBOs have that needs to die quickly. The FBOs sell their soul and sell this all. They don't realize what the processing is costing them all this stuff. They're selling all this stuff. They're getting this cash up front. They're getting new fuel trucks. They're getting all these incentives, but they're paying for it. The FBO would be infinitely better off, especially over the past couple of years with low interest, skipping this, getting a better fuel price and going out and getting the financing for new fuel trucks and revenue and some improvement revenues themselves. Infinitely better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same. I looked at a fuel distribution business, but in the retail fuel distribution business, and it was exactly the same sort of thing where the distributors are essentially just providing like kind of expensive financing to the retailers that are selling the petrol. But
yeah, I mean, and that's probably where the model came from. But listen, when you go back years ago, when it was Chevron and Exxon, there was value to that relationship because heaven forbid an airplane ever went down. I had Chevron's lawyers, I had their fuel supply records. I had everything. I had a lot of backup. I don't have that same comfort level with, Epic that I would have with ExxonMobil.
Right.
It's a different level of support, but I'm paying more for it. So I don't know how that works.
Yeah, right.
That's one of the things with the company we started here is that our technology is enabling FBOs to become more independent because we have all these connections to all the different payment methods. So an FBO, that was one of the limiting factors with your ability to do that before, to become independent. You need some way to connect to people's money. And with our tool, we're giving them that ability. And there was already a tendency towards independence among the FBOs now. The FBOs are much more sophisticated. There's a lot more information available now than there was ever in the past. So the FBOs look at these agreements and like, you know what? I don't know. This doesn't make a lot of sense. We have one FBO here in South Florida that went independent strictly because of us. We're about to bring on 6 FBOs in Hawaii that are independent. And independent means they're not tied to a fuel supplier, which usually means they're more profitable.
I mean, this whole thing about them, like a lot of what you're saying, given the increase in sophistication, given that there should be margin, that there is some benefit to scale from procurement, should lead you to believe that there should be much more consolidation and much fewer mom and pops in the industry. And I think it just goes back to what you said about the airport authorities being sort of mafias, for lack of a better phrase, in terms of how they select FBO operators, which seems like that's why they continue to exist.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, part of the reason consolidation has slowed down to the point it has right now is because look at what the last major FBO sold for. And it's funny because it's at my airport, Opa-locka. When Orion sold to Atlantic Aviation, with debt, it's like 17 times EBITDA. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And again, it's at a new level. So now you have these companies out there like Lynx and Modern Aviation out there trying to buy FBOs, but they're finding that, now their ROIs are pushed back significantly because the FBOs are asking twice as much as they were 2 years ago. It's a seller's market. I mean, if you keep that cash in the bank for now while the market's like